Okay. So first of all, like really nice to see you. This is so cool. I'm going to put like a different view here just for us that I can see you really good, everyone. And welcome to my back-friendly class, which is good for everyone. I mean, even for people who don't have anything with the back, because it's just creating length and stability all over. First thing, some of you I taught already and I know, and some of you I didn't. And some of you I taught maybe a long time ago, so I actually don't know your body at all anymore. So if anything doesn't work for you, just don't do it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. But while we continuing with the class, just do something, because I'm sure every one of you knows something which feels good to them. So let's say I do an exercise which just doesn't feel right for you, leave it out and do something else instead, so that you keep on moving. That's like most important. There will be a recording after, so you can definitely do it again on your own and then ask me, for example, a question like, oh, in this exercise, do you have a modification for me? And I'm going to give you one for the next time when we do this one. So just that you know. The format is, first we're going to do Pilates, then we're going to do yoga, and then we're going to do breath work. And Pilates and in yoga I can modify, so I'm going to show different modifications. You just pick the one which feels the best for you today. You might pick a different one on a different day, just like that you have the choice. In certain places I will give a choice, and other places when I don't give a choice, it's because usually there's no issue, but everybody is very individual. So if there is an issue, like I said, just do something else while we're doing this exercise. What else do I have to say? Nose breathing, the ones which I'm teaching on a regular note or who had sessions in the last year with me, they know I'm a huge promoter of nose breathing. It is just much healthier for the nose is created to do the breathing. So unfortunately, a lot of us tend to breathe a lot through the mouth, especially people like me who is a teacher. I teach a lot. So I teach, I talk to the mouth, but even while sleeping, while exercising, we puff and huff, and it's happening a lot through the mouth. When you do that, you will not engage the muscles the same way like when you breathe through the nose. It's called actually the diaphragmatic breath. I will explain that all today to you, and it's maybe the first time you're hearing it, maybe not, but if you hear it the first time, don't feel disencouraged if it doesn't work out right away. It takes always a little bit time with everything what we hear and learn the first time. Then there's something like the face former. My friend Tammy, who went to my retreat in Greece, she has one. You don't have to use it. If you don't have one, of course, most of you don't have one, you won't use it, but it looks like that. You put it in your mouth. I'll just show it. And you could do the whole Pilates sequence with this face former. This face former, while we're exercising, is only promoting nose breathing. So you don't have to think about it. It's just going to happen for you. And it trains also at the same time. It releases certain muscles in around your face. But this tool is for much more than only for exercising. So just like if you want to use your face former, tummy, you're welcome to do it. Otherwise, just breathe through your nose. Okay, I think that was all what I wanted to say for now. So let's begin wherever you are. If you're sitting or standing, take one hand on the chest and one hand on the rib cage area, like belly, rib cage, so it's like the top of the belly. And then just close your mouth and start breathing through your nose, and just observe where the breath is coming for you. If it's coming more in the top hand, more into the bottom hand, if it's both hands, or, you know, like just like observe, be a little scientist with your own body and just observe where is the breath going. Give yourself a moment. You don't have to tell me, and you're muted, so you can't tell me. I want you to get your breathing away from the top hand into the bottom hand. So if one of you or all of you felt something happening in the top part, get away from it and get the breathing into the lower part. See if you can do that. So when we have breathing going, you continue practicing while I'm talking. So don't watch me like taking my hands off. You just continue bringing your breath into the lower bottom hand. When we're breathing into our chest, the breath goes in this direction, up and down. So that's why you're having it in the chest. What we wanted to create right now is to bring the breath so that it goes out, inhalation, exhalation comes in. So it is like it's this kind of direction instead of from down till up, vertical, it's horizontal. Yeah, so now you can take both hands on the bottom rib cage. So the rib cage has like this round part here. So put it on this bottom part of your rib cage. In the middle, you should feel like the softer part where like the muscle is, or the fat, or the skin, or whatever, like the everything. You feel where the fingers are. This part will be moving forward, which is okay. But you want to get the inhalation to move your hands apart. Not so strong that I'm showing, obviously, it could be very little. And with the exhalation, see if you can draw the hands back towards each other. Yeah, just play with it today. Just, you don't have to become a master of it today, but just play with it, that the breath comes in and out into here. Yeah, and we're going to continue with that through the whole class. I'm going to remind you that this breath work here, it's called the diaphragmatic breath. We're using it for Pilates, but it's also a very healthy way to breathe, especially when you're stressed and you want to calm yourself down. Get your breath out of the chest into here. If you have back pain, get your breath out of the chest, get it here, and it's going to help you to release muscle, to release tension, and the tension in the brain and the tension in the body. Okay, let's come up to standing so that we start a little bit of movement. All right, come to standing, press your feet into the floor. We're going to just do a warm up so that we open our sides. You press your feet into the floor, you reach your arms to the sides, and you reach your arms so far that you're spreading them from the center to the fingertips. From here, rotate the upper arm, rotate the lower arm. Inhale, reach your arms up. Pressing the feet down, reaching the fingertips up to the ceiling. As soon as you have the highest point, draw the shoulders down so that they're not reaching up to the ceiling. And then just take a few breaths here through the nose and see if you can find your diaphragmatic breath in this area so that you're not breathing up and down, but rather side to side, side and in. On the next exhalation, bring your arms back and down. Let's repeat that. Reach your arms to the side, spread your fingertips to both directions, rotate your arms, press your feet into the floor, inhale, reach up. Exhale and continue breathing, drawing the shoulders down, and do your diaphragmatic breath, keeping attention on your feet pressing down and into the breath going into the right place. And then reach your arms back to the side and bring it back and down. Now, there's another principle, especially for Pilates, which is the zipper, like the zipper from a trouser. So imagine you have a jeans or like a tight trousers, which got a little bit tight. So you want to pull the stomach in and upwards so that you can close that zipper. Yeah, so even if you never had a jeans or trousers which got too tight, try to imagine. So get the stomach muscles to pull in, the bottom ones here, and then pull them like imagine you could pull them a little bit up so to get that zipper on. So we want to keep that during this Pilates exercise. Try that out right now. Let it loose and then pull your stomach in and lift it up. Now, when you lift it up, don't hold your breath. Can you keep this engaged as strong or little as you can and get the breathing still going? So it's not that when we're breathing, we let everything go. We keep that lower portion tight in and up, and the top portion can move. Yeah, so this is just like I'm sharing that with you so that you remember, because sometimes it's like confusion in the exercises when we breathe, that we let everything go. And then release everything. Now look at my feet, bring your feet together and then watch me for a second. When I bring my feet together and I start firming my glute muscles, so around here, I start firming them, my feet automatically want to turn a little bit. Try that out for yourself if that happens for you or not. So you press your feet down, you pull your stomach muscles in from the bottom, you firm the hips and feel like that the bones want to actually turn a little bit, like the feet. So you let them turn a little bit. So you let them open a little bit, maybe 2-3 fingers in between. So the heels are together, the toes are apart, and you're firming the hips in, pulling the stomach muscles towards the spine, and you continue breathing. A lot of different puzzle pieces. You bring your hands behind your neck. And I want you to imagine that you have a wall behind you. The heels stay together. You pull your stomach in, you keep on breathing, and you start bending the knees, opening them shoulder width, and you slide down like an imaginary wall. At one point, your heels will lift. You let them lift. Don't force them to stay down. It's because I don't want you to lean forward like that. I want you to stay straight. Now press your heels down into the floor, firm the hips in, stomach in, and come back up. And we're going to repeat that. I show it from the front. We're going to do it together. You're going to slide down. The heels might lift for you a little bit. You press your heels down. You firm the outer hips, the inner thighs, and come back out. And we go on an exhalation, go down. On an inhalation, zip it back up. Exhalation, go down. Press the heels and bring it back up. And go down. And zip it back up. Looks good. Continue 4 more. Press the heels down, bring it back up. See that you can really engage your heels and the outer hips, and so that you feel your inner thighs coming really tight together, and you feel something in your buttocks firming in as well. Last 2. Pull back up. 1 more time. And pull back up. We're going to switch the position. So you're going to just open your feet, like just the heels, open them up. Keep the position of the toes. Bring your hands into, let's call it the Genie position. Same principle, just that the feet and legs will be parallel now. We're going to slide down. The heels are going to lift. And then press your heels down and lift it back and up like that. Stomach to the spine, bend. Push the heels down, stomach in, and bring it back and up. Continue and go bend. Push the heels down, stomach in, and bring it back and up. Last 2. Bend. And press it back to come up. 1 more time, bend. And bring it back and up. Switch the hand, so bring the other hand on top, lift your toes up. And then we continue with the toes up. When you go down, the toes at one point will go down on the floor. You let them. Then you press your heels down. As soon as you come up, you lift them back up. And again, lower down. So you're bending the knees and bring it up. It's called the footwork. Crystal, watch out that you're not going with your torso so far forward, and go bend. So you keep the body, rather do a smaller range, right? Instead of going lower and go like that, and bring it back up. 2 more and go lower, lower. So we're balancing also here. We were strengthening our ankles. Bring it up. Last 1. And bring it back and up. Bring your arms back down. The next one can be either performed in the middle, like I'm doing it right now. You could also go into the wall when the balance is tricky. So try it first in the middle. Just I give you like an option. Hi, Richard. Heels together, toes apart. So we again in the first position where we're squeezing the seat, letting the toes a little bit open. Now, press the ball of the foot into the floor, pull your stomach to the spine, and lift the heels up, 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 balance. Pull your stomach in, lower, lower, lower. Pull your stomach in, lift, lift, lift. Pull your stomach in and lower, lower, lower. You only lift as far as your heels stay together. So you don't let them get loose. Keep them together. So you might have to back off a little bit with the height, how high you're coming up. Lift, lift, lift from the glutes. Stomach deepens and go lower, lower, lower. And we go up, 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 down, down, down. Up, 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 down, down, down. Stomach deepens. 2 more. And lower. 1 more time. Heels together and lower. Open again the heels. Let the feet be apart. Bring your arms in front like that. Now, you can do that one as well against the wall, either this way or with the fingers against the wall this way, whatever works for you. So you just adjust. You bring the weight into your right leg and you lift your left leg up. Firm the right hip in. Press your right foot into the floor. Don't allow the left hip to pike up. So you keep them leveled and start bending the right leg. Push into the floor and bring it back up. Stomach deepens. You can use the wall. You can be with your back against the wall. You can be with your fingertips against the wall and bring it back and up. And we go 3, stomach in and bring it back and up. And 4, you can also be on with the toe tips on the floor. So just to train. And 5, and bring it up. Bring your foot down, shift over, bring your arms for a second, shift over into your left leg, pull your stomach muscles in and lift the leg up without piking your hip up. So let the hip be where it is. And go bend and bring it up. And then watch out that the knee doesn't cave in. Try to feel that as well in your body. And go bend, stomach deepens and bring it up. And then notice, is maybe one leg different than the other? Are you like more stable on one side than you are on the other? Can you bend deeper on one side or the other and bring it down? Just for you to get to know your body when you do one-sided things. Okay, be close to the camera. I'm going to show you some principles, which are just good to review anyway for everybody who also recently had sessions with me. We're going to go now to the mat. I'm going to show you couple of different things. So it's good, especially for the first session, to have something under your head, because the tendencies can sometimes be that we have the head like this so that the chin looks up. So we always want to have a long neck. It's nice to have a little bit height under. If it doesn't feel good with height, then leave it out. If it feels like too high or too, then leave it out. But this is like a long neck position where the chin is where you have like a straight position. Like if there would be a book, it would be straight position. It would not be this way. That's number 1. So watch my back right now. So now we have to do the same thing in the moment, what we did in standing. I want to pull my lowest stomach muscles in, like I'm closing a zipper from my jeans. On an exhalation, I tighten the zipper in. Watch my pelvis right now. I would like to have you to bring attention to your pelvis so that when we're pulling the stomach muscles in, that you're not tucking the pelvis like that it's not rolling. So we're not using the pelvis structure to engage our stomach muscles. We're going to play around with the pelvis. I'm just showing right now that you see the different parts. So this is an important part for Pilates and for yoga, and also the stomach muscles. Right now I have space here between my lower back and the mat. For some of us, the space is bigger, and for some of us, it's smaller. I can pull my stomach muscles in and my back is on the floor without that I move my structure. But that is not necessarily the case. The most important is that you can pull your stomach muscles in no matter where you are without moving that structure of your pelvis. Now, and then each time when we're doing something with the legs in the air, you want to engage the glute muscles again. You want to engage your inner thighs. You want to engage your hips, the same muscles which we used when we were going up and down. So come down to lying, place yourself on the floor, and I'm going to look around. Yeah. If you are like in a good position, okay, that's good. That's it. And now you just like don't have to look around except if you need to look something. But other than that, just try to listen to my voice, and I'm gonna just show it. So in case you can always repeat it on the mat. Feet are pressing into the floor. The inner thighs are firming together. You firm the glute muscles. Actually, before we do that, let's do the pelvic movement, the pelvic rocking. So open your feet a little bit apart and then rotate the pelvis towards you. So you're tucking the pelvis. It's called the pelvis tuck. So now the lower back will be pretty much for most people like on the floor. And then untuck the pelvis and go into the opposite direction where the tailbone is going down to the floor and lifts the back up. And just like play around with it, with the movement, curling it towards you, curling it away from you. For some of us, one of the actions might not feel so good because we're going to two extremes. And then find the middle on the last one. Find the middle, be in the middle so that you feel like you're not in one extreme, you're not in the other extreme, you're somewhere in the middle. And then bring your feet together, firm the inner thighs together, firm the glutes, and just keep it in the middle. So imagine like take your hands on the front of your hip, and a cup or like a plate could be here without tipping. Now from here, pull your stomach muscles in and see if you can keep the pelvis how it was, that you didn't tuck the pelvic floor towards you, but that you keep the pelvis how it is. Pulling the stomach muscles in. Keep that, reach your arms long in front of you, and on an exhalation, curl up, look into your belly button and curl up. Now check if you move your pelvis or if your pelvis stay. Like notice if you tuck the pelvis maybe, like then untuck it, put it back in a straight position and see, can you come a little bit higher from the upper stomach and look down into your belly button that your fascia gets stretched in the right place. And then slowly bring it back and down. This is a very common position in Pilates with the head up. So we're going to play around with that. Inhale, squeeze your seat muscles, press your inner thighs together, stomach is in, exhale, curl up. Come a little bit higher, see that your pelvis didn't move. And then on an exhalation, bring it back and down. And last one, inhale, squeeze the seat, pull your stomach muscles in, exhale, curl up, curl a little bit higher from your stomach, pulling deeper in, nose breathing, and then bring it back and down. If at any time where we have the head lifted or when I'm saying lift the head up, it doesn't feel comfortable for your neck, you place it down. You can do every exercise with the head down. Now let's play around with moving the legs without moving the pelvis. So watch for one time, turn your head. And when I keep my stomach engaged, I keep my glutes engaged and I pick up my leg. That was when the pelvis is stable. Look when the pelvis is not stable, when I'm not keeping my stomach, when I'm not keeping my glutes, then the pelvis moves and the leg comes with the pelvis and it moves also my back. So we don't want that. We want to keep that pelvis stability, lift one leg. We want to keep that pelvis stability. We want to lift the other leg. Try that out. So arms on the floor, stomach is tight, firm the glutes, and then on an exhalation, pick up your right leg. And then stomach deepens, bring it back down and just try to feel it. You can also bring your hands in the front to feel if something is moving. And pick it up, stomach deepens, and then bring it back down. And exhale, pick it up, and stomach deepens, bring it back down. Pick it up, and then bring it back down. Now I'm going to show you 3 variations for the first exercise, which is the 100. You can be here, you curl up, you look down, we had that, we firm the seat, we firm the stomach, and we pumping like that. Inhale on 5 counts or exhale on 5 counts. You can just do it with me. Then if that comes good, you can bring one leg up, the other leg up and press your heels together. If that feels good or if you're comfortable with this position and you know Pilates, you can stretch your legs a little bit more or completely. If you have a tendency to back pain, keep it bent because you want to keep the pelvis settled. In through the nose on 5 counts, X through the nose on 5 counts. Firm the glutes, pull your stomach muscles in, press your heels. 4 more, in through the nose, X through the nose. 3 more, in through the nose, exhale. 2 more, inhalation. The head can come at any time down. Last one, and exhale. From here, arms down, stomach to the spine, bring your legs in and see that your pelvis is stable when you bring your legs down. Legs come together, feet come together, pelvis is stable, hips are firm, stomach in, reach your arms up. Be up with your arms to the ceiling and then lift the shoulders up so that you're clear. This is when the shoulders are up. And now plug them down to the floor and away from the ears. So this is a plug your shoulder. When I say like plug your shoulders, and then I mean like into the shoulder sockets and away from the ears. From here on an exhalation, stomach to the spine, reach your arms back and stretch the arms back. And then see if you can keep the stomach engaged while you're reaching the arms back. The arms come only to the height of where the ears are, and then bring the arms back and down. And again, inhale, reach the arms back, exhale here. And bring the arms back just a few times like that. Inhale, reach, and exhale, bring it down. Now we're going to add something. Inhale, reach your arms, exhale, arms up, head up, reach forward. Inhale, reach down and reach back. Exhale, come up. Inhale, reach down just a few inches, not moving the pelvis. Exhale, stomach deepens, curl up. Last two. Inhale, reach back. On an exhalation, stomach to the spine, reach up. Last one, inhale, and exhalation, come up. From here, hands on the thighs, walk yourself up. Stretch your legs straight, like that. Now, I cannot see everyone in this position, but you want to make sure that you're sitting straight. If you feel the slightest rolling that when you stretch your legs, you're hanging behind your sit bones, bend the legs a little bit so that you can really comfortably sit on your sit bones. From here, reach your arms forward, pull your abs into the spine. Inhale, and with the exhale, stretch up and forward in a hinging movement, diagonal way. If your legs are straight, press them down to the floor strongly. So activate your thigh muscles, press them down. Stomach in and come back to straight. Inhale, press your thighs down. Exhale, stomach to the spine and reach up and forward. And bring it back. And again, inhale, stomach to the spine. Exhale, reach and bring it back. Last two. Press your thighs down, stomach deepens, reach, exhale, exhale, and bring it back. One more time. Exhale, stomach deepens, and then bring it back and down. Bend the legs. Scooch a little bit forward, and then stomach deepens, release yourself down to the mat. Now we're gonna challenge a little bit our pelvis stability here. So before we only had this movement, like either this way, or we had the movement holding it here or holding it here. Now we're gonna move one leg in our hip socket, and it's gonna look like that. So you're just gonna listen to my voice, listen to my cueing. Actually, watch me one time for those who never did this movement yet. So the leg will be up. For people with lower back issues, keep it bent, otherwise straighten it out if you have the flexibility. And we're gonna stretch here first. And after that, we're gonna do small circles like that. But I want to make sure that you all have a stable leg, stable hips, so that not everything is moving with it. So that is the important part. We're keeping the stability here to move the leg. And if you have it, you can make it bigger, but we start with small. If you know that you have the stability, you can do bigger right away. So let's begin. Stomach to the spine, bend the right leg in, hold behind the right knee like that. And then flex your foot, stretch your leg up, and then keep the leg bent, and then point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Hold it, flex for a moment, bring your arms down, pull your stomach in, now point the foot and rotate the leg a little bit out so that the heel is inside and the toes facing outwards. The left foot is pressing down, the hips are firm, and we're crossing first to the bent leg. One, and bring it up. Let's do it on an exhalation. Inhale here in the center, exhale, circle. Inhale, center, stomach in, exhale, circle. And go, exhale, circle. One more time, exhale, circle. Let's reverse it. Open, exhale, circle. Open, stomach deepens, circle. 3, exhale, circle. And we go 4, stomach deepens, circle. Last one, 5. And bend the leg in. Give yourself a little stretch with a bent leg. Pull it in towards your chest. Place your foot down. Again, hip is stable, stomach is in. Pick up the left leg, hand behind the knee. Flex your foot up. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Keep it flexed that it can stretch a little bit more. Arms on the side. Now turn the leg out and point the foot up to the ceiling. Stomach deepens. On an exhalation, cross over the bent leg. Circle it up. If you have stability, go bigger, but the hips shouldn't move. And go cross, down, around and up. Stomach deepens, cross, down, around and up. One more time, cross, down, around and up. Reverse it, open to the side. Exhale and up. Open to the side, exhale and up. And go 3, stomach in, and 4, bring it up. Last one, 5, and bring it up. Bend the leg, bring it into your chest. Sorry, I forgot the stretch. Pull it in towards your shoulder. And then stomach in, bring it down. Roll over to the side and common hands and knees. We're gonna do cat and cow. Bring your hands right under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Your hands, when you look at my hands, they should not only press down, but there should be like an action, like pulling the mat. Without that, you see me doing that. This is what I'm doing right now. This is when I'm just pushing. And here, like I'm pushing and pulling a little bit. So the shoulders be out of the, away from the ears. Now start the cat pose from the belly. So on an exhalation, pull your stomach to the spine and round your lower back, round your middle back, round your upper back, and then the head will drop. And then you look down into your belly. And you stay here and breathe through the nose. Now on the next exhalation, keep the stomach engaged, move the tailbone away and pull your hands down and move your spine forward. When you're in the cow position, you don't want to let it all hang. You want to keep the pulling of the stomach muscles up. And again, on an exhalation, navel to the spine, lower back rounds, middle back rounds, upper back rounds. The head goes down. You look under yourself and you breathe here through the nose. And on the next exhalation, keep the stomach engaged, move the tailbone to the back and pull with your arms your breastbone forward. Last one, on an exhalation, stomach in, middle back, upper back, head comes in, look down, stay looking down. If you didn't tuck your toes yet, tuck your toes and then look over for a second. You're going to keep that cat position and round back towards your heels like that. And then you come back forward. You pull your stomach in, you round back to the heels and come back forward. Make sure that your back is not straightening. You keep a rounding in the lower back and forward. Last one like that. Exhale, pull it back and bring it forward. From here, you're gonna lift the knees a couple of inches, couple of centimeters, and then you do 5 times the same way. Stomach in, go back. It's gonna feel a little bit different, but try to keep the lower back engaged. The knees are all off of the floor, but not really high. It's really just a few inches, maybe 3, and go 4. Last one, stomach in, and 5. Lower the knees down, relax your toes, pull your stomach in, and go into a child's pose. Push yourself back up, lie back on your back. And we're gonna go into the stomach engager, and it's gonna look like that. You will not see much, but you should feel quite something in your lower stomach area. So pelvis is stable. On an exhalation, pick up, pick up. You can keep the feet a little bit open, the knees open, and you bring your hands in front of your thighs. The elbows are lifted, the shoulders are down. Now from here, exhale, pull your navel to the spine without rocking your pelvis up. So the pelvis is down, and then press your thighs into your hands. And the hands is like a resistance force. They're pressing away. So the thighs are pressing into your hands, the hands pressing away, and you see nothing is moving. So I'm not pushing them so far away. They're working in the same kind of manner. So not more or less. So you're pressing into each other with the hands into the legs and the legs into the hands. The stomach is engaged. You're breathing through the nose. You should feel your lower abs working here. For the last 20 seconds, let's exhale and curl the head up. Look into your belly button. If your neck is uncomfortable, keep it down. Just keep pressing with the thighs into the hands and the hands into the thighs. Pull your stomach in, last 10 seconds. And then release your head down. Give yourself a little moment to stretch. If you're familiar with Pilates, go ahead and we're going right into the correct position of the hands, which is always the outside arm is going to be towards the ankle and the one which is crossing over is below the knee. If this is now confusing and new to you because you're new to it, just grab both hands behind one knee. And we're going to do this exercise. It's called the single leg stretch. One leg is going to stretch out from the glute and on a little turnout out, and you're going to bend one leg in. We're going to do it on an inhalation. Then we switch and we do the inhalation here too. So it's a long inhalation. And then we switch, exhale, exhale. The idea is to keep the pelvis again from rocking around with the movement. Inhale, stomach in. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale wherever you are with your hands, or if behind, or if you have the outside arm down towards the ankle, just focus on your own breathing, that you have each leg doing an inhalation and each leg doing an exhalation. If your neck is fine, if you're familiar with this movement, lift your head up. If you're beginner, stay with the head down. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Heavy pelvis, stomach engaged, nose breathing. And we're finishing 2 sets more. You're going to finish on the next exhalation. When you're down, just let's meet here in the middle. And you turn just your head to one side and to the other side. Stretch your neck muscles when you were with the head up. The next one is the double leg stretch. Let's do the arm movement first, which we did already, just without the circle. So it's going to be inhale, reach back, the stomach is tight. Then you exhale, circle the arms and grab the front of the shin bones. Inhale, stretch it out and stomach deepens. Exhale, circle. Now bring your feet down for a moment, bring your hips up and bring your hands under your hips. From here again, bring your feet in, heels are together, the knees are apart, and then slowly on an inhalation, stomach to the spine, stretch your legs out. If you have the tendency to back issues, keep them bent, otherwise stretch them fully. Exhale, bend it back and in. Inhale, stretch it out, squeeze your seat. Exhale, bend it in. One more time. Inhale, stretch it out, be heavy on your own hands. Stomach deepens, exhale, bend it in. Take the hands out under your hips and bring them back to the front. So you're holding the legs like that right now. And now from here, exhale, curl up, look into your belly button. Inhale, stretch arms and legs away. The arms are in your peripheral view. Circle the arms, exhale, bend the legs again like a frog. Inhale, look down into your belly button. Exhale, circle. Inhale, stretch out, firm the glutes, firm the inner thighs together. Exhale, circle. 3 more. Inhale, head can go down at any time. Inhale, circle around, bend the knees. Exhale, 1 more time. And exhale, bring it in. Stretch your neck if you need to, just like 1 time, right and left. And then right away, bring your legs up, either in bend position or fully straight, and turn the legs a little bit out. Hold behind the right leg with both hands, curl your head up, look down into your belly button, and scissor the legs a little bit more. Inhale on the right, switch. Inhale on the left, switch. Exhale on the right, switch. Exhale on the left, continue. Inhale, pulse a little bit. Pulse the leg, exhale, little pulse, 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 so that you get a stretch. The head can go down at any time. Stomach in, or up. And you finish on your next exhalation. And bend the knees in. When you're ready, bring the feet down. And then lift your hips, bring your hands again under your hips. As soon as we all here, bend the legs again up into a tabletop position. Keep the stomach engaged. And now gently, without losing your stomach muscles, which are pulling in strongly to the spine, you touch the floor with your toe. Inhale on the right. Inhale on the left. Exhale on the right. Exhale on the left. Try to prevent the pelvis from rocking. You have your hands under your pelvis. You have a good reference point right now. What is happening there? And then you can, of course, make it a little bit faster, but continue with the double breathing, that you get longer breaths in and out. And we go touch and touch. 2 sets more, finish on the exhalation. And when you're done, bend the knees into your chest, release your hands, and then bring your feet back down. And we're going to meet all here with the legs down. I want you to have a little distance between the feet. And now the hands are coming, 1 hand on top of each other. So not like this, but 1 hand on top of each other. On the bottom of your neck. So we had this position in the beginning also of class, but here it's really important that it's not too high. Before we only were holding it, now we're going to come up. So it's really important that it's on the bottom of your neck. Bring your right leg up like that. Keep the pelvis stable. And then on an exhalation, curl up and then turn so that your left elbow comes closer towards the right knee. And then you come back, not completely down, just like hovering. And on an exhalation, you come back up. Inhale, center, hovering. Exhale, stomach to the spine, come closer and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, closer and twist. And we go for 5. Exhale. And we go for 6. Stomach deepens. Exhale. And exhale, 7. Exhale, 8. Stomach deepens. 9. Try not to push your neck. Let it be. Come up only from the stomach muscles and bring your leg down. Let's do that on the other side. Left leg up. On an exhalation, curl up. And then curl up and get from the stomach a little bit higher. And then bring it back center. Try not to push your neck at all. The head is actually relaxing on your hands. Exhale, 3. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 5. Exhale, 6. Stomach deepens. And 7. And 8. And 9. Last one, 10. And bring the leg down. From here, bring your arms to the side. Bring your legs together. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze your firm the hips. And extend your right leg in the height of the left knee. Imagine you have a little node in between your legs. You want to press the legs both together. Stomach is in. Nose breathing into the diaphragm. And lower the leg halfway down. Firm the glutes into each other. Like imagine you have something between your glutes and you're squeezing it. And then lower down towards your ankle. Watch out that the pelvis doesn't move with this movement. So keep the pelvis from rocking. Slide the leg back halfway up. Stomach deepens. Bring the leg back up to the knee. Bend the leg. Other side. Left leg out. Extend it. Firm the glutes and hold the leg in the height of the knee. Stomach is down towards the spine and up. Lower the leg. Lengthen it halfway down. Hold the glutes firm, hold the stomach firm. Don't let the pelvis rock. Lower down towards the ankle. Stomach deepens, bring it halfway up. And bring it up to the knee. And bring your leg back and down. Open your feet, hip distance, walk your feet under the knees. If you have something under your head, remove it. And we're gonna go for the bridge. So firm the buttocks, press your feet down, inhale, lift your hips up. And then on an exhalation, lengthen the spine away from the shoulders down towards your feet. And we go again. Firm the buttocks, stomach, and lift your hips up. Can you pull your stomach deeper? So instead of lifting the rib cage up, can you soften the rib cage down, pull the stomach in and get the buttocks to lift higher? And then on an exhalation, lengthen the tailbone down towards your heels. Last one, firm the buttocks, stomach deepens, lift up. Hold it here. Soft rib cage, belly pulled in and up, buttocks firm. And then on an exhalation, bring it back and down. Roll over to the side. Take 2 towels or 2 blankets, sit on top of it like that. Spread legs wider than your mat, flexed ankles. Make sure that your sit bones, when you see me, I take the flesh and put my sit bones a little bit to the back so that I'm really sitting on top of my sit bones. Press your thighs down actively, like somebody's sitting on them. Press them down, reach your arms forward. Pinch your seat muscles. So pinch your seat, inhale, exhale, stretch forward, reach up like somebody's pulling you up. Head is in between the arms. Press your thighs down, stomach in, and bring it back. And again, pinch your seat so that you get higher a little bit. Stomach deepens. Exhale, diagonal hinge forward. Stomach pulls back to the spine. and then bring it back and in. If your back doesn't feel comfortable, bend the knees a little bit like that. Pinch your seat, inhale, exhale, stretch forward. And stomach deepens, bring it back and center. Last one, pinch your seat, inhale, exhale, stretch. Stomach pulls back and in, and bring it back to center. Bend one leg in, bend the other leg in, keep the soles of the feet together, and then hold on your ankles and lift your spine a little bit up so that you're not hanging back. See if you can sit as straight as possible. Now from here, bring your hand, like what if you can let go without falling back, you're fine. If you let go, if you let go and you fall back, you have to move your feet forward to give yourself more space. So wherever you are, feel it. Like here, I'm helping myself, I'm pulling myself up. But if I'm letting go and I'm ending up here, that means feet forward, right? From here, hands again on the bottom of the neck. Inhale, pinch your seat, exhale, turn the waist, the rib cage, the chest, and the head. Inhale, come back to center. Pinch the seat, exhale, turn to the other side. Let's turn our spine a little bit and bring it back to center. Yeah, tummy, more forward the feet, more forward, away from you. Yes, inhale, lift, stomach deepens. Exhale, turn. Yeah, also Eric, forward. And bring it center. Last one, inhale, pinch your seat. Exhale, turn. Turn, turn, turn. And bring it back to center and release your arms down. Take the blankets away. And let's go to the side leg series. For the side leg series, if you have a band, you can use a band. If you don't have a band, don't use it. Then if you continue using this class, it's nice to have a band, but you don't need to have a band. Magic circle, no, it's not going to work. But band is going to work, or no band. Yeah, I'm going to be fair, since most people don't have one. I will not use a band. If you have a long band, you could make yourself a loop, but it has to be, just don't make it too tight. Sometimes it depends like how strong it is. All right, so side leg series, very important for everything, but especially for the back. I mean, we're working the hips, but it's actually to stabilize our spine. So I like to align myself with the mat. So you bring your shoulder, your hips in alignment with the back of the mat, and you have your knees in line with each other and the feet in line with each other. Like that. So 90 degrees. I know I'm like black trousers on a darker mat. It doesn't really pop out. So next time I'm going to think about that. You want to have the knees, when you look at your knees, get the knees in line with each other. So don't let the one knee be further back or further forward. That is one thing which is important. Second thing, take your hand under your waistline here right now and like shove it like a little bit in. So lift your waistline. There is a possibility to lift that waistline up, and we want to have it lifted the whole time during the exercise. And it's going to drop, because as soon as we lift the leg, that's going to want to drop. So think about that. Pull your stomach in and lift the waistline up. Take the top hand on the top hip, because we want to keep that length of that. So when we lift the leg, we don't want to shorten here. Now, from here, pull your stomach to the spine, lift the leg up. The foot and the calf should be relaxed, and the knee should be the highest point, like a door kind of opening, and bring it hovering over the other knee down. And stomach deepens, lift it up and hover it back down. Stomach deepens, lift it back up, hover it back down. Two more, lift it up, hover it back down. One more time, lift it up and hover it back down. Now move your thigh away. So pull the band if you have one a little bit. Make sure that your hips are still square, that you didn't completely like release your hip. Waistline is lifted, and continue up. So we are a little bit pulled back right now with the knee. 2, stomach deepens, and go 3. Everything is stable. I'm not moving anything else except from my hip. 4, last one, 5. Stretch your leg long, flex your foot, stomach deepens, up. You can turn the leg a little bit out so that your toes are facing up to the ceiling. Watch out when you lift the leg that your waistline is not dropping on the floor. Keep it lifted. 4 and 5. Bend the leg, bring them knee on the knee. Move your knees a little bit down so we get creating an angle, a different angle. It's not anymore 90 degrees. Come up on your forearm. Keep your feet on top of each other. Bring your hand on the hip. Stomach deepens and lift your hip up. And then from here, lift the leg up. If this is not coming well yet, then keep the knee down and just keep the elevation. So keep it here otherwise 2 more. 1 more time. And then bring your legs back down. Now stretch your leg long, the top one. Stomach deepens and then lift the hips up again. Press into the forearm, lift the leg up, turn the leg a little bit out. Toes are facing up to the ceiling. Stomach deepens, up and up and up. Last one, bring your leg down, come down to lying. Oops. And then lie down on your arm. Now keep stretching the top leg in alignment with your body and then take the arm and reach over. You should feel a stretch on the top of your body, somewhere along the line, waistline, hip, obliques. And then bring the arm back down. It's also side bend. Come up to sitting, legs forward, turn to the other side. Lie down again, align yourself with the hips and the shoulder with your mat. Legs on top of each other. Pull your waistline up from the floor as much as possible and pull your stomach in. From here, lift the leg up. Make sure, so keep the hand, if you're new to it, keep the hand on top so that you make sure that your hips stay squared. Your foot and shin bone is relaxed. Your knee is the highest point. Stomach deepens in and up. Last one. And then bring the leg lower and then move your thigh away like that. And go up. Stomach deepens, up and up. And up. One more time and up. Stretch your leg in line with your shoulder. Flex your foot, turn your leg a little bit out and go up. Watch that the waist doesn't drop down, especially with a long leg, it can happen. Up, waist in and up. 2 more. And then bend the knee. Move both knees a little bit down, so increase the angle. And then come on your forearm, hand on the top hip. Feet are in line with each other, knees are in line with each other, lift up. And then if it's available to you, lift the leg up. Same movement, just with the elevated hip. Press into the forearm. And then bring the leg down. So you can always be in this position only and hold it and bring the leg down. Bring the hips down, sorry, and then stretch the top leg long. And again, lift your hip up. You can be here, you can stay here, or you can lift the leg up. Turn your leg a little bit out so that your toes are facing upwards. Stomach deepens, press into the forearm. Last one, bring it down. Stay with the leg long. Lie down now and we're going to stretch it out. Long arm and reach it over. Stretch really the leg away from the top arm so that you open. Eric, bend the bottom knee. Bend the bottom knee. Just stretch the top leg. Yes, except your band is so tight that it's hard. The foot is on the floor, right, with the stretch. And then bring your arm back up. And then bend the leg and come back up. Now, come over right away on the stomach and bring your hands under your forehead like that. Your legs are open. Now, if you see my feet still for a moment, watch me. So there's a position where all my 10 toes are touching the floor, so my legs are parallel, or there's a position where the legs are turned out and my little toes are don't touching the floor. I want the first one. So I'm rolling my legs so that all the 10 toes are facing down, and I want that you do that too. And then you bring your forehead down and you're just gonna listen to my directions while your forehead is resting, and you breathe through the nose, and then you can concentrate also well. Shoulders away from the ears, stomach up from the mat. Even though if it's still touching the mat, you can still pull the muscles up from the floor. Now you have a reference point, which is the mat. I want you to lengthen the right leg, pull the stomach in, and from your glute on the right side, lift the right leg up a little bit from the mat. Try not to bend the knee. I want long legs, stomach deepens, and bring it back down. Do the same with the left. Stomach deepens from the glute and lift your left leg up. Lift it off and bring it down. The head is down on your forearms. I'm just like looking at the camera if everything is fine. Right leg up, stomach deepens, and bring it down. Left leg up and bring it down. Keep both legs down on the floor and keep all the 10 toes on the floor. Now take your hands and bring them next to your shoulders, a little bit in front of your shoulders. And the elbows are firming up towards the body. So if you want to look for a moment, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the position. From here, lengthen the legs, tailbone towards the floor, stomach in. Now pull the floor down and back and move your spine forward. Don't go completely up. Keep the arms bent and roll your shoulders back, move your breastbone forward, stomach to the spine, and then exhale, lengthen forward and bring it down. Look over for a second with your head so that you can see me. The hand movement is not only pushing down, it's again pressing down and pulling this way. So it should feel like a little bit like surfing, just that your hands are not moving. So it's gonna be shoulders back, stomach in, pull like you wanna pull the water to move the spine forward. The same way when I go down, I pull the hands back to lengthen my spine forward. So let's try that. Hands on the floor, shoulders are moving away from the floor and firming the shoulder blades in, stomach in. Now pull your hands down and back without moving them and move your spine forward. Move your spine forward. Look forward. Breathe through the nose. Pull the hands back and exhale, lengthen further back down. One more time like that. Press your hands down, roll your shoulders back, stomach deepens, pull into the hands, move your spine forward, stomach deepens, look forward. And then exhale, bring it back and down. From here, bring your elbows forward like that, and then come on your forearms. Make sure that your elbow is a little bit in front of your shoulder, so it's not behind or right under, it's a little bit in front. Make fists so that you're on the pinky side, and the fingers are facing each other. And then again, you can look over for a moment, press down into the floor and move your spine forward like that. Shoulders back away from the ears, stomach is lifted. And then you're gonna bend one leg, and it's about the hip stability. So when I'm kicking 1, 2, I don't wanna sink here. You wanna keep that elevation. 1, 2, extend the leg. Other side, 1, 2, extend the leg like that. Let's try that. That's it. Stomach deepens. Tick, tick. Make sure that your shoulders are away from the ears, that the stomach is engaged. Your legs can be open and wider, especially when you have the tendency to back issues. Keep the legs wider. Stomach deepens. Last time, one set, right and left. And then release it down. Bring your hands now on the sides of your hips, palms facing up to the ceiling, and then roll your shoulders back. Bring your legs a little bit closer together, and then lift your head up, pull your stomach in, lift your spine up, and lift your arms up. And you can lift your legs up. Hold it here, nose breathing, and then exhale, release it back down. If your back is a little bit tight, rock your hips right now a little bit and open the legs a bit wider. And go again, roll your shoulders back, stomach deepens, lift your chest forward and reach your arms back. Stretch your legs fully and lift them a little bit up, stomach deepens. And then exhale and release it back and down. Bring your hands under the shoulders, push yourself back and come into a child's pose, pulling the stomach muscles really in. So we'll be going again into this cat shape. The head can be up or can be down, wherever you can keep the stomach muscles engaging back to stretch your back muscles. All right, and then come back up. And we continue now with some yoga. So you're gonna need a chair. Put the chair on the mat like that, any chair. Yeah. And then I know the chair is mostly for sitting, but we're gonna use it now for the plank. So hands on the sides. Walk your feet back, shoulders away from the ears. Hold the plank. Pull your stomach muscles in. And then step your right foot forward like that. Press your right foot into the floor and move your right sit bone up and back, extend your leg. Watch out that you're not rounding. If you notice that your back is changing, back off a little bit. So keep the legs stretching, but maybe don't stretch it fully, just stretch it half. And then bend again. Again, press your foot into the floor, move your sit bone up and back, either fully or only half or 3/4, wherever your back can stay straight, and bend. And again, press the floor away, stomach deepens, and bend. Last one, stomach deepens, press it away, and bend. Now, keep your abs engaged, step back, step with the other leg forward. Be light on your hands, so we don't want to rely on the chair. Imagine you could be without the chair. Now here, press into the floor, pull your stomach in, extend your left sit bone back, and bend. Pull your stomach muscles in, extend, and bend. One more time, extend, and bend. Stomach deepens, put it back. Shift your hips back, walk forward, sit on the edge of the chair, open your feet a little bit wider, hands on the thighs, lengthen and bring your hands in between. You can release your head. So it's like a little bit like a forward bend / child's pose. You can walk your hands forward, stretch, and then walk your hands back, hands on the thighs, stomach deepens, lift up. And then come back to the same position on the chair, plank position. Step your right foot back forward. I'm gonna go with the other one. Now press into the floor, move your sit bone back as far as your back stays straight, and go on your fingertips. Breathe here, look straight forward. The thighs, I want you to press your thighs back, but the breastbone move forward. Keeping the thighs pressing back, you walk forward, you go on the flat hand, you walk forward to the end of the chair and release your head in between your arms. Walk back on the chair, pull your stomach and bend the leg a little bit, step back, other leg forward. Again, press into the floor, move your sit bone up and back, go on your fingertips. Your thighs are pressing back, your breastbone is lengthening forward. Be here for a moment, shoulders away from the ears, breathe through the nose. And then bring your hands flat on the chair without losing that nice lift and walk forward towards the end of the chair and release your head in between your legs, arms. And press your thighs back. And then slowly look back forward, walk your hands back, pulling your stomach muscles in and back, step your foot back, swing your hips back, walk forward. And don't move the chair. I'm gonna just move it that you can see me better. You're gonna sit again on the chair and walk your feet in case a little bit forward and bring one leg on top like this, like the ankle. Make sure that you're not all sitting crooked. If this is like too tight, walk the bottom foot a little bit forward so that you can sit straight. Yeah, and then you should feel a stretch in your hip on the side, most likely. And I want you to use your hands either on the thighs, but like be gentle that you're not pushing because it can go into your knee, but lift your spine up. And then you can take your hands on the side of the chair and lengthen even forward if you want to increase the stretch. Release your head down, pull your stomach muscles in and back. Just go forward and feel the stretch in the hip. And bring it center. And bring it back down, other side. Again, you can either help for a moment like this to open it up. Sometimes one side might feel completely different than the other side. Doesn't have to. And then bring your hands on the side of the chair, lift your spine up, and then exhale, bow forward. Breathe. Release your head. And then bring it back and up. And bring your foot back down. Now, from here, take the both blankets or the both towels which you have, put them in front of the chair, and it's going to look like that. So I want you that you go into this position where you were able to sit straight, and then you bring the chair as close as possible. You can hold the chair legs and lift yourself. So the chair back here should help you a little bit to stay elevated. So you can pull down on the chair legs to help yourself to stay elevated. Let the legs go to the side, press your feet together. If you're very flexible, obviously go as close as possible, right? And if you are a little bit tighter in the hips, go back off a little bit, because the idea is to keep the back from slouching back. So use the chair legs, pull down, roll your shoulders back, look straight ahead of you, and then breathe through the nose. And we're going to stay here for a moment. I'm going to just turn. You're going to stay. I'm going to just turn it. I can see you. Just wanted to show it from the front, from the side. Yeah, noticing like the opening in the groin area. It's also an important area to open, especially when we have a seated job and we sit a lot. It's really good to keep that nice and open, and some blood circulation there. For men, it's also very important to get blood circulation in there. Roll your shoulders really back and move your breastbone forward. So shoulders back, breastbone forward. And release. Stretch the legs out. All right, and then take the chair away. Now, if you don't have a wall right now in your apartment, which is kind of open, or anything like a closet, then you're going to be with the legs on the chair just for a moment. So either you're going to do this, depends where what you have in your apartment available right now, either this way, or you're going to be with the legs up the wall. Important part is, when you start on the wall, you want to be enough away from the wall, or I mean, you want to be actually the closest to the wall as possible. But if that means, if you stretch your legs fully out, that your buttocks is lifting up, then I want you to back off until the buttocks is down. But for most of you, I think you will be able to be here. And then think about bringing the ball of the foot towards you. The toes are relaxed and you're pushing the heels away. And then as soon as you settle yourself either here on the chair, relax your feet. And then just be here. We're going to be here for 2 minutes, and then we're going to move over to breathing, because today's class is anyway a little bit longer because it's a lot of explanations. So either be here for the next 1 minute or be on your chair for the next minute. Just settle down, bring your attention already to the nose breathing again. Check in if you can find your diaphragmatic breathing. So we were breathing horizontal instead of vertical. And then gently bend one leg on the wall or on the chair, bend the other leg. And then slowly round yourself over and lie on, come on the side and push yourself up. All right, we're going to move on now to the breathing part, and I'm going to give a little explanation about that. The breathing part is a breathing technique which I'm practicing since a while, which is all in alignment with the nose breathing. It's called the Bouteko breathing method. And we're going to start, it's going to be in a seated position. We're going to do it for about 8 minutes. And then there will be a gong. It's going to be from a recording. I'm going to do it with you guys, but it's going to be from a recording. And I'm going to give all the instructions also there. But I want you, the most important thing, that you sit straight, which means you want to be on your sit bones, not back, but on your sit bones in the beginning of the chair, not leaning into the chair. So I want you to be away from the chair back. And then imagine somebody's pulling you up like that, so that you're like having the neck in the right place, not up, not down, but like you could have it on a table, and like somebody's pulling you upwards. Yeah, you don't have to pull the stomach muscles in here anymore so strongly, but you want to definitely get into your diaphragmatic breathing. After a while, after the recording is going, first we're going to start with just simple in and out through the nose, gentle breath. And after a while, we're going to start, it's called the nose holds or the breath holds. The breath holds are basically there for us to balance out our breathing, to give a little bit more pause between the breaths, which has a really positive and healthy effect on our nervous system and on our body. So that's why we're doing it. The breath holds, you start with 2-3 seconds. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do probably 3 seconds today. And you build them up like every week. When you would do them every day, let's say, then after 1 week, you would get 1 second up. And we do it to maximum 10 seconds. So the idea is that when you think about it, when you observe your breathing, so let's observe our breathing just for a moment. When you have your diaphragmatic breathing, just observe like the length of your inhalation, the length of the exhalation. Just observe it for a moment. I'm going to be quiet for some seconds. And notice just your personal breath. Notice like that there's like a wave, like inhale, exhale, right? And each of us has a very personalized breathing pattern. So that breathing pattern you want to continue after the breath hold, which means if after a while when we do the breath holds, you're going to pinch with your index finger and your thumb, your nose. After the exhalation, and then when you let go of it and you take the first inhalation should not be like stronger or deeper than the ones before. Because, for example, like when you imagine, if I would tell you now, after the next exhalation, pinch your nose and hold your breath for 30 seconds. So most likely after you let go and you take the first inhale, you will grasp for air. You will be like, or like through the nose, and I don't want that to happen. So you keep 3 seconds, you let go, and then you take again the next inhalation and observe that the next inhalation is the same quality than the one which was before. But let's start first, like bringing attention so that the breathing is very quiet, very soft. You should barely hear yourself doing your own breathing. So I'm going to switch on the recording. You try through the whole recording to keep your posture, and the breath hold is going to be done with the index finger and the thumb after the exhalation. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So in between the breath holds, after you take an inhalation, you continue breathing for at least 2 rounds. You can do also 3 rounds, normal breathing. Then after the exhalation, you again do the nose hold. There will be a gong. When the gong is coming, then there will be our final Shavasana. For the final Shavasana, you're just going to lie down. You're going to see me doing that too. You're going to lie down on the floor or with the legs on the chair, pillow under your head, and then we're going to finish with Shavasana. All right, I'm gonna now put the recording on. So give me a moment. Let's see. And I want you to, in a moment, to give me just a thumb up that you hear the recording. Can you hear the music? Okay, good. All right, so find your posture, bring your feet straight on the floor, parallel feet, not leaning into the chair, but like elevated away from it. And I'm gonna put on the breathing tape now.
Welcome to Bouteko breathing. Listen careful and follow my instruction. Sit in an upright posture, maintaining a sense of relaxation and passivity in the upper chest, neck, and shoulders. Keep your lips gently closed and the tongue resting against the roof of your mouth. From now on, we will breathe through the nose only. Start bringing your attention to your breath. Focus on using your diaphragm to breathe. Take a normal, calm breath in through your nose. Inhale. Gently flare the lower rib cage outward, allowing the stomach to expand. Exhale. Again, focus on using the diaphragm to push all air out of the lungs. Gather the ribs inwards and hug the belly in towards the spine. Your stomach will move, your chest should not. Let the exhalation be a little longer. Inhale on 2, 3, and exhale on 2, 3, 4. While you continue breathing like this through the nose, keep the following keywords in mind. Silent. If you can hear yourself breathe, it's too much. Slow. A gentle wave of breath in and out, leaving a little pause in between the breath cycles. Subtle. Low and slow. Light jellyfish breathing. Core breathing. After your next exhalation, hold your breath for 3 seconds, using your index finger and thumb to close your nose. Then release your nose and continue with a normal, calm breath through the nose for 3 to 5 breath cycles. After the last exhalation, repeat the breath hold again for 3 seconds. Release and breathe normal for another 3 to 5 breath cycles. We will repeat this breath hold process for several minutes. Gentle breath in and out. And after the next calm exhalation, do your breath holds for 3 seconds. Release and repeat the entire process till you hear the gong. We will now move on to the 5 minutes of silence, our Shavasana. You know that the meditation is finished when you hear the final 3 gongs. Bend one leg at a time, placing your feet on the ground. Roll gently to one side and keep your legs bent. Use your blanket or your bottom arm as your pillow. Stay here for a moment. Use your top arm and press yourself up to a comfortable seating position. Stay seated. Let's bring now our hands to the chest in a prayer position. Keep your shoulders relaxed and rolled back, gently pulled away from your ears. Your chest lifted towards your prayer. Breathe quietly and slowly through your nose. My soul recognizes your soul. I honor the light, love, beauty, truth, kindness within you, because it's also within me. In sharing these things, there's no distance and no difference between us. We are the same. We are one. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone.
Kundalini.